So the film is inspired, Peter, by a book called The Long Walk. Can you tell me how the genesis of the movie first came about?
Yeah, it was 2007. I read the book. Producers had had it for 10 years, trying to get it made. It had immediate impact on me. I thought it was fascinating. And, you know, it said true story. I said, just by the way, I said, and it is true, right? And they said, well, there's been some controversy. Did the author really take the walk or not? This is a book published in 1956, never out of print, but this cloud of controversy hung around it. I said, well, I couldn't really do it if I didn't think it was true. So we did some more digging, researching, and found that the walk had taken place. We got that. I felt comfortable with that. Was this man on the walk? I don't know. So I said, I'd like to fictionalize it. Let's retitle it, draw inspiration from the book, but then I want to go and talk to other survivors of this experience, Gulag life and escapees generally, and read some books. So I infused it then with fiction, dedicated it to the people who did come out of this walk. And I tell you what, there's not one thing in that film that isn't based on some true account. So I feel confident that it's a pretty good idea of what it would have been like.
Now, it's an incredible, inspiring journey, over 4,000 miles travelled by these people. But obviously, to convey an arduous journey like that, it's going to be an arduous task to film it. So how did you get on? How did you get over difficulties? You filmed in Bulgaria, Morocco, India. Yeah. First of all, as a task, how did you approach it?
To do a job like this, you need a top-flight production team backing me up. And we had that. I had people who'd worked on Master and Commander, which was itself a logistic challenge. So same team, essentially Duncan Henderson, co-producer, who came on to do that for me. And location survey man, very, very experienced. We go to the real locations, the Gobi Desert and Siberia, and we say, there's no way you can film in these places. You have to have film-friendly countries. So Bulgaria, good studios, the forests match. And Morocco, you know, Sahara playing the part of the Gobi, if you like. Again, an infrastructure there.
And was there any point at which, when you were filming, that you said, right, leave the cast out there, you're going to spend the night and realise for one day what these people really experienced, and then drove off and they're like, what are we going to do? We're in the middle of the Gobi here. How are we going to survive?
I don't think we ever went that far, but you know, our main concern was to get everybody back and safe at the end of the day. I mean, driving down treacherous roads at times. But in the pre-production period, you know, there was a lot of work that the actors did with Cyril Delafosse. Cyril, French guy, had done the walk, inspired by the book. He walked the whole thing. So he was hired to be with them and with me. He rode my vehicle all the time for like give me advice. And so he would take the actors out before they started shooting, and they'd, you know, skin a rabbit and cook it, and they would make camps, and you know, they would go on journeys through forest and through, you know, plains, you know, just to get the feeling. And he would always be telling them what he did. So that added to the reality.
A lot of your movies, it seems to be a theme of freedom, underlining them, freedom of expression, Dead Poets Society, freedom from the media, The Truman Show. This one as well, it's just freedom, survival, as simple as that. Also, Saoirse Ronan. Saoirse means freedom in Irish.
Does?
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not being facetious, but did that name, obviously she's a fantastic actress, maybe you thought, well, you realised that also the freedom of her coming on board, was that anything like the casting process?
It's interesting, you know, you tell me this, which is fascinating me. I can't wait to talk to Saoirse about it. I didn't ever know Saoirse meant freedom in English, but what a free spirit she is. But the word itself was strongly in my mind making this film. And these people risk their lives for freedom. Now, it's funny, in a word, you know, words are trashed today. You know, you see a television commercial for a new car, you know, and it says, offering you freedom, the freedom of the road, you know, and the music soars. That word freedom, and freedom in a car, that's got nothing like these people who risk their lives to escape from a gulag. You know, or a concentration camp anywhere in World War II. These people were prepared to die for freedom. So it was a fascinating experience to go deeply into what that was. Go and meet them, which I did, you know, in Moscow, survivors, here in London, old Polish people. And to get a real reminder of what we take for granted was something deprived during this period.
And hopefully people will go along and see that we need to go back to these simple kind of values, maybe. I hope.
Yeah. Why not?
Lovely to meet you, Peter.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you very much.